There we go. There we go. What's good, man? We back with another episode of Rigged NBA. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell. NBA Finals Edition. OKC is up yet again, like they were in the last game, but they gave it away to the Pacers, and we saw how that turned out with Tyrese Halliburton hitting the game-winning shot with zero point 0.3 seconds left on the clock. This one is gonna have to take the same type of performance by the Pacers if they want to win this game. Right now, they down at halftime, 59-41. And like the title says, no lead is safe with the Indiana Pacers. I don't care what it is. It's just something about the Pacers ain't shit safe. We've seen this in this Knicks series. We've seen this in the Cavs, or not Cavs. I don't know why. The Bucks series where they was down double digits late, super late, where you would have thought the game was over. Then they come back with all these threes and shit and end up winning the game. I wouldn't expect anything less in this one as well to make it close, because they heard the chatter that the small market finals wasn't necessarily the most exciting one. People weren't really looking forward to it. And the first game delivered. Hopefully the second game delivers on the same way at least. I still don't have a lot of faith in Adam Silver as a commissioner. I don't know why I said GM. As a commissioner to actually make it entertaining. The only time he did was that 2015. And then I guess part of 2019, but 2015 with the 3-1 comeback. Other than that, it's usually been pretty lackluster. What's good, Joey? We got Joey in the building. Caleb, what's good with you? Shout out Caleb, just graduating. YN. We got Noah in the building. So they put fake trophy logos on the court. I didn't even notice the trophy logos on the court. I just remember they weren't doing like the NBA Finals logo like they used to. Kay said trying to bait people in to bet on the Pacers. Yeah, that's what the first game was definitely about. Definitely, because the way it was, everybody was pretty much on OKC going into it. Everyone thought, oh, they're going to kill them. It's going to be, or unalive them. It ain't going to be close. They're going to blow them out, blah, blah, blah. They got to make you think that the Pacers have a chance, and shit, they might fuck around and win the series. Who knows? I'm still saying OKC, but it's a good story if they were to win, the underdog story. Everybody likes the underdog story. Said Basketball Reference updated Halliburton's nickname today to the moment. I think that's a little too premature. I feel like if he had more performances like this over the span of some years, it'd be different. But the moment, I don't know about all that now. Like, I like Halliburton, but I think we jumping the gun a little too much. Especially with that and the way they trying to push. Someone mentioned it before, how they want to make SGA out to be like the next Kobe, because they've been so desperate to fill that role for so many years. Same way they've been desperate to do that same shit with LeBron James, I guess, filling Michael Jordan's shoes in a way, or Kobe trying to fill MJ's shoes. It's just like, let them be themselves instead of trying to compare them or make them the next so and so. Because at that point, even whenever they do become a star, they'll always be under a bigger shadow of somebody before them. What up, Derek? He said Hallie let the legend talk go to his head. He a ghost tonight. Early, that's what I'm saying. Early right now, he's playing like a ghost, but the Indy's really a second half team. That's the best way to put it. That's usually how it goes for them. If they were down like 30 or something at half, I'd be like, yeah, they done. It don't matter. No crazy comeback is going to save them. No magnets is going to save them, not by that much. But with it being 59-41, they can slowly claw back in the game over the next 24 minutes. So the poll numbers definitely changed after the game one. Majority had OKC to win the series before. Yeah, I saw something they said like 81% of America had the, I don't even know if that's an accurate percentage. I think they just threw a number out there. Had the Thunder, or Americans had the Thunder winning the NBA Finals. And yeah, like you mentioned, if they had shifted the poll, Numbers might have been shifted a little bit, maybe. I don't know, 65, 35. That's a big jump, but thinking maybe some people are like, okay, this is the team of destiny and shit. So Pacers winning same as 2011 Mavs and 04 Pistons winning as the underdog. Don't get me wrong. I would like to see the Pacers beat the Thunder in the finals. I don't hate the Thunder. I just get annoyed at how SGA plays. That'd be a cool story. And it'd be something the NBA can kind of, I guess, hang their hat on a little bit versus all the other lackluster finals they've had in the past. But that man Bronze in here, what's good? What's good with you? But they started out close in this game in the first quarter. The game was a little bit back and forth, and then it got away from them in the second quarter. Said betting odds is for OKC is up to 18.5 now. Damn. Hold on one second. Saint says OKC still in 5. Still in 5. After the first game, I was like, okay, maybe not 5, maybe 6. OKC in 6. Because I think Indy could get one at home. I don't think the Indianapolis is going to play at home and not have at least one home win. If they stole one on the road, surely they can get one at home too. The OKC probably win by 15 and Pacers win game 3. All I know, okay, I see the logo now. Oh, they made them small. They downsized that shit. But anyway, I do see it being OKC. We'll change from 5 to 6. If they smart, they should make this close. I don't give a damn who wins. At least make it close if you're going to do that. Don't do what you did last year with the Celtics and the Mavericks. We had some blowouts in there, and it was a very forgettable series. And then the one game Dallas did win, it was clear that Boston didn't show up when they got to Dallas that day. They were like, we going to win this at home. Don't do this. Don't do it with this series. So they got to be the worst ratings ever, hands down. I want to know which one had the worst ratings. Which NBA finals had the worst rating? I wouldn't be surprised if it was that Denver one. I mean, we also taking one game compared to 4 or 5, however many. Ooh. Oh, worst ratings for a game 1 was the other night with OKC and Indy. I want to know, as far as the series, which one is the worst. The lowest viewed NBA finals since 98. Damn. 4.7 average rating. 8.9 million views on ABC. Other places to watch the game too. That's also got to be taken into account. But they also had, as far as low performers, the 2020 Lakers Heat bubble. I had a feeling that was on there for sure because it was during football season. It was in October. So there was already college football competition and NFL competition. And I remember watching those games at place, and I was more mad that the finals was on. Like, why is this shit on? This college football, and I don't give a fuck about these bullshit bubble finals. 2007 Spurs Cavs, that was another underperformer. 03 Spurs Nets, I could imagine why. 2021, because people like to say that the Bucks and Suns was a good series, and I was not a fan of it at all. I was like, nah, that ain't it. I ain't trying to see Giannis shoot 1,000 free throws. And on top of that, he takes forever to shoot one. But that's number 4. I can say that 07 Cavs Spurs one, that was probably one of my least favorite. That was probably the first time I watched the finals, and I was like, yeah, I ain't really feeling this. It ain't for me. Okay, Indy put up 3 points. Oh, so the OKC, they still losing. But if they smart, they should make this close. I don't know anybody in the chat, anybody who had OKC going into this series, has your thoughts changed, or who your pick is? Has it changed since game 1? That's what I want to know. Because I ain't gonna lie, I really didn't expect Indy to come back and win that game. I thought, okay, maybe they can make a game out of it, but as far as leading for 0.3 seconds and winning, I didn't expect that. But I saw when they was doing a little bullshit, keeping Chet out the game, missing easy layups, missing mid-range jump shots and things like that. They want to make it a little bit closer. But I want to know who didn't change their opinion. I know people have brought up Jim Irsay. That's the reason he passed, was for the Pacers to win the championship. I still say it's more so him passing is more so attributed in the long run to the Colts not winning the Super Bowl, nothing like that, but to exceed what they've done before. That's all I think. $62-46. 10-15 left in the third. I don't know why his shot looks so ugly for some reason. Lou Dort's jump shot looks so ugly. It went in, but the shit be looking like Rasheed Wallace in 2004. Miles Turner missing easy layups and shit too. Yeah, OKC look like they going on a run right now. Said it looks like the damn retirement home of that's OKC for you, man. That is OKC. It's like certain fan bases you end up watching games. You just notice certain fan bases look a little bit different than others. Not necessarily in a bad way. Sometimes in a bad way. It could be like Utah Jazz fans have a certain look. Sacramento Kings fans, I always said they got a certain look to them too. Sacramento Kings fans, obviously you know what you get with Atlanta and Memphis. Detroit, you're gonna see the niggas with the buffs and the fur jackets and all that stuff. OKC is dope. I definitely see mostly white people for sure, and it do be that older age. But them and Indy, they both of them have really good fan bases for their teams. And I think that's one thing that does hurt the finals is when you have certain teams in there, they might be large market, but the fans don't necessarily show out the way that you would think that they should. Like Miami, you know about the traffic, and they're known for getting the games late. So at tip-off, it might look like there weren't a lot of people showing up. But it's like, nah, they had the pregame, they had to do this, do that before they got to the game. So I could see that too. Kind of hurts a little bit. I think LA the same way. You got to deal with LA traffic, things like that. I don't know how many free throws SGA got right now. As he nails it, makes it a 19-point game. Five free throws so far. 4 for 5 shooting free throws. And he has a grand total of 19 points. But no, if OKC does win this finals, that's a big if. If they do, Sam Presti gonna look like a whole genius. And they ain't gonna stop talking about it for the whole offseason. So you knew Halliburton's unders would feed families this series. Jerry said he thought it would be OKC versus Boston. Yeah, I thought it was Boston initially too. Going back to last year, I said Boston could do the back-to-back. It ain't happened. It went up in smoke like Tatum's Achilles. It was over with. At that moment, they was definitely cooked. I know people was thinking they could come back after the Tatum injury, and I'm thinking no, they know the fuck they not. That shit is over with. That was very indicative of what the fuck was gonna happen. As I mentioned before, they like doing the 3-1 tees because we got so used to it because they kept replaying the moments from the 3-1 comeback with LeBron and the Cavaliers against the Warriors and the many times Doc Rivers blown a 3-1 lead. So people were expecting it. Anytime a team shows just a little bit of hope in it when they win that second game, like, oh shit, they might take this 1-7 and do the 3-1 comebacks. Like, no. The only time you could really expect that to happen, if the opposing team that had 3 games won happens to have James Harden on their team, and you get to that game 7, you can best believe they probably gonna lose that 3-1. If Doc Rivers they coach, they gonna lose that 3-1. If it ain't neither of them two or Russell Westbrook, I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting somebody, then that 3-1 comeback ain't gonna happen. And we get the bullshit blowout in game 7 that we usually get. What's good, Cactus Jack? What's up with you? Oh, they pushed that one out. They definitely pushed out Miles Turner's shot. There's no way that little turnaround was supposed to rim out like that. But it ain't over with, though. 14-point game. They still within striking distance. This is the same thing they were doing in game 1. Keeping it just close enough where it feels like a comfortable lead, but it's not the end of the game type of comfortable lead. And I expect them to do this all the way through. Especially whenever they have a game prime time on, say, a Sunday like this. It would be the smart thing to do. So who you got winning game 2? I want to know. I say OKC ties it. The most interesting thing they could do, I don't think it's gonna happen, is have Indy win the first 2 games. Really have like OKC bettors thinking, damn, is OKC really finna lose this shit? That's the smartest thing they should do. If that was me. I don't know. I decided to go solo tonight, so I don't know. I am not sure. But yeah, I do think after this year, we're going to get back to another finals where it's going to be teams we're used to seeing, or that's won before. I don't think they're going to keep doing this new team thing. It's cool, but I think they're going to kind of space it out. Like you had the Bucks, you had a team, I think that won prior to, then another new team. They kind of just alternating it a little bit. That's what I've noticed. And I guess the main team people are looking forward are thinking that's going to win their first one next after whoever wins this series is Minnesota, for the obvious fact that they got Anthony Edwards and how much they've been pushing him. But sometimes you got to remember, just because you see someone in a bunch of commercials don't necessarily mean they're going to win a championship. Chris Paul, he was featured in a whole bunch of commercials from, I don't know, since I was young. Not so much now because he's older. He's 40-some years old. But when he was younger on up till I think OKC was kind of the cutoff. No, Phoenix was. Phoenix was the cutoff. Then you kind of stopped seeing him in commercials, but he was always featured in commercials, but never won anything. Damian Lillard featured in a lot of commercials, never won anything. Anthony Edwards could be down that path, to be honest, where he's featured in a bunch of commercials, but doesn't have any wins to show for it. He said Trailblazers. So OKC winning tonight, then they'll probably have the Pacers win 3. If they smart, they should have Indy win 3, especially at home. Or at least have them win a home game. To leave people hesitant to bet on OKC in game 4 in Indy. Says Spurs up next. Wemby's coming. OKC will not be a dynasty. Yeah, OKC definitely won't be a dynasty. If they didn't let them be a dynasty with Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden, or even after Harden left and they had Serge Ibaka, I don't think it's gonna happen now. So if they win, it could be like a one-off, kind of like the Nuggets. Like they finally broke through type shit. Spurs are definitely due for one with Wemby at some point. Wemby got to finish the whole season though. 2 years in, he's been injured at some point. In his rookie year, they shut him down because they weren't gonna win anything. So I understood it there. But yeah, I expect the Spurs to do something. Unless they got that same OKC trajectory where it's you a better team, but you're not necessarily gonna make the playoffs just yet. You just scrape the surface of like that play-in. Like you make the play-in, but you don't really make the playoffs. I can see that. You had to be in belt to ass for OKC in game 2. I would like to think that if it wasn't them against the Pacers. If this was any of them teams in the West, like a Minnesota, Denver, whoever, I'd be like, okay, they can blow them out. If they was up like this, oh yeah, they got this. Sure. There might be some bullshit here and there, but they got it. But with Indianapolis, literally, I blinked on the stream Thursday. I was watching the game. They was down like 8. Looked over, read the chat a couple times. Looked back over. It's a 2-point game, just like that. It happens so fast. And that's the only way they can win them comeback games is by doing it rapidly with these 3-pointers and these stupid turnovers. And a lot of the time, it stops the clock. That's the biggest thing about how Indy gets back in these games. Is when the teams do stupid shit, they make sure it stops the clock versus just missing shots while the clock is still running. In order for Edwards to win a chip, he got to leave Minnesota like Kevin Garnett. You don't see Minnesota winning a chip for real. Shit, at one point, I never saw Denver winning one. So, I wouldn't rule it out. But yeah, my biggest thing is he not necessarily the... let me see how to put this. He too much of a nigga. Like, he got personality that's cool and all. They like that. They can promote that. But he's not safe. Like a SGA would be considered safe. Halliburton is safe. Anthony Edwards, you don't know what he would say after he won, if he won the finals in an interview. Ain't no telling what's gonna come out of his mouth. Oh, and don't get started on the IG stories and IG posts after the fact if he were to win. They might have a whole can of worms for that. Who knows? What's up, Cam B? What's good? I feel like every time SGA drive or do something, he just got this goofy look on his face. It was a good shot, though. I'm just saying it's goofy. Hang tight 1 second. All right, Ernest said, do I think the league gonna send LeBron off? Fuck no, he not gonna get sent off with a ring. They done giving that nigga rings, bro. I done said this 1,000 times. He not winning no more rings. The fact they gave him all of this shit, like playing with his son on the team, the scoring record, he's done. In season tournaments and shit, he's done. It's over with. It's clear they sending this nigga out in the first round. What, back-to-back years now? So they done with him. His peak, I guess, post-bubble was going to that Western Conference Finals against the Nuggets, and he got embarrassed. So they done. Finito, it's over with. LeBron's not winning another title. It's not going to happen. At this point, all it is him getting his stats. They going to glaze him over there. He's still averaging 20-some points a game and all that shit at 40 years old. That's it. That is literally about it. Caruso really shouldn't have touched that. There's really no reason for Caruso to touch that. But yeah, they not sending LeBron off with no ring at all. And honestly, how you gonna top coming back from 3-1? Like in your career? Like there's really not much you can do. Like even before the bubble. Winning in that fashion, there's really no better way of doing it. It's kind of similar to how Tom Brady's known for the 28-3 comeback, even though it wasn't just him, but the team, and ended up winning that lackluster Super Bowl against the Rams when it was in Atlanta, and it was just a snooze fest. $79-62. OKC still up, leading like they've been doing most of the series. Yet they trail 1-0 right now. I bet by the fourth quarter, all of these threes that the Pacers are taking and missing, we gonna see them going in for Indy, even if Indy don't win this game. I think a couple of them, they're gonna make a couple of them late to make it interesting. Oh man, he almost slipped in the paint. The man Halliburton doing his thing now. The main thing is that fourth quarter. $3:50 left in the game. 79-64. Damn, that's a decent shot. That's better than the other shit I'm used to him shooting. I want to go back this for a second about Anthony Edwards leaving Minnesota. If he did leave, I don't think he would go to Boston. I could see in this day and age, I could see any player leaving and going wherever, because we're in a different time. It's not known for players, or most players to stay with one team. There's only so many Steph Currys and Draymond Greens, and even then, I think at some point, one of them or both are going to end up playing for different teams for at least a year before they retire. Ant-Man in Boston, I don't think that would happen. If he did, obviously it'd be following the script of Kevin Garnett. I don't think he fit in Boston. And Boston is known for being pretty fucking racist, so there's that. So I don't think it's gonna happen. Said Cam B is the same dude who said Kobe Bryant and Myles Garrett are the same person. I don't even remember Cam saying that. I've heard the theory. I don't remember Cam saying that whatsoever. And honestly, I'm glad that shit died down, because all that shit was getting way out of hand. The number of people they were saying so-and-so is this, so-and-so is that. Just like, what are we doing? Like, seriously, what the fuck are we doing? Like an NBA player is just gonna be going from a forward to a D lineman in the NFL. Like, what are we doing? But no, I ain't buying to that. He's said it can be another conscious X. That's crazy. I'm impressed that you remember that, Jerry, because I damn sure don't remember that at all. So Ant-Man to the Heat if he left Minnesota. I don't know. They always like this, link players going to the Heat. It's like they got this weird obsession with players when they leave. Oh, he going to the Heat. Dame Lillard. Oh, he going to the Heat. I think at one point Donovan Mitchell. Oh, he going to the Heat. Like it's damn near like how they do with the Lakers, but on the East Coast. So and so might go to the Lakers. They might team up with LeBron. It's like, damn well that nigga don't want to play with LeBron, or that's probably not even gonna happen. They got their eyes on somebody else. Miami though, currently I wouldn't say it's a good fit, but as far as like culture wise, that could help them. But that would be something if you went to Miami. I don't think so though. I think if anything, I'd have to wait until you start, hearing some rumors about trade rumors, free agency, things like that. But I'm just not going to just go on a whim and say he's going to the Heat. But shit, then again, they did trade Karl-Anthony Towns for Julius Randle, and no one saw that coming. So who knows? When they really didn't even need to. Because really, it kind of cost them if you think about it. The Timberwolves as it cost the T-Wolves. Yeah, 19-point game still. 3:32 left in the third quarter. Current spread minus 18.5. Excuse me, minus 120. Spread 18.5 point favorite. Thunder. Over under 225.5. That's now a jump down to 16.5. If anything, I can see them getting closer to that 10.5 that it started out with at the beginning of the game, where Indy might cover, not win, but cover. Unless OKC just pours it on in the fourth and they just start raining threes. Indy starts doing a lot of dumb shit like turnovers on the inbound, things like that. This might be the first time I haven't seen SGA go for a drive and not try to fall. Even though when I look over, he's immediately at the free throw line. Like that 23 points for him too. Looking at Halliburton, that man looked like he looked kind of sad today. Good three by Indy. They still down by double digits. Better go with them foul calls. Do I think the Celtics will trade Jason or Jalen? I don't think right now. Maybe at some point in the future they will, but not right now. Especially with Tatum having to come back from his injury and stuff like that. He gonna miss time. It'd be kind of stupid to get rid of Jalen right now. But some of them other pieces on the team, they could definitely be getting rid of those in this offseason. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I know Derek White mentioned that. You think Jaylen Brown going to Atlanta? That'd be cool and all, but that'd be a waste too. The Hawks ain't gonna do nothing. Even if he got there, they at best they finally make it back to the playoffs and then do what? But the Hawks always do lose. So I don't really see the benefit in that. If I had the ability to choose two different teams to play in the finals instead of the Pacers and Thunders, who would I want to see from this year's playoffs? Off rip, Minnesota out the West. Let me pull it up. And out of the East, I'm trying to think who I actually enjoy watching. Boston shot like 53, so I'm gonna say no on that. Indy, not Indy, but Milwaukee, they weren't really fully healthy like that. It'd be nice to see, I guess, a healthy Cavs team, but I don't think that's ever gonna happen in the playoffs. But nah, Knicks games were exciting before they started losing to the Pacers. Their games was actually exciting. Said next game, Indy wins Jim Irsay's birthday, Friday, June 13th. Damn. Friday the 13th. Wow. Yeah, so they lose this game, win game 3, the Pacers that is, and I would assume OKC wins game 4. If for some crazy reason Indy won game 4, now that'd be some shit. That'd be some shit. But yeah, I think them first couple they're gonna flip flop. Indy won game 1, OKC 2, Indy 3, OKC 4. Now it's down to them last 3. I don't see them to push it to 7 games. If they do, they better not disappoint. Because that's been a trend with game 7s is disappointment. They done turn that magnet on for Indy too. 89-72. So I hope OKC go up 2-1, then hammer the Pacers for the series bet. They might go down 2-1, honestly. OKC. Because you got to remember, they really got to sell it. If OKC wins, they really got to sell it that the Pacers could really potentially get them on the ropes. And if they were to do this with just a bunch of blowouts, people would really lose interest then too, because they really just see through the shit. Like, you mean to tell me one game, really just like the Minnesota OKC series, like one game, Minnesota win by felt like 50. Another game, OKC will win by 30, 40 points, and it was just every game a blowout, and it just don't make sense. Like, how can you blow this team out this many times? Yeah, they was able to blow you out by like 40 type shit. It don't make sense. Damn, I forgot Thomas Bryant was on that Nuggets team. Cause Indy got a few. They got him, Siakam got a ring from the Raptors. Interesting. And I know usually the finals team has at least one player that's at the end of their career that you kind of want to root for to finally get a ring. Warriors, they had David West. If you want to say you root for him, I wouldn't really say so. Matt Barnes, Nick Young, I guess older guys, however you want to view it. Boston, Al Horford. I don't really think OKC has a guy like that. Like, Caruso ain't really, like, he one of the older players, but he not like old, like he on the way out old. Indy, I know they got James Johnson. He don't really play a lot, but it is someone that I guess is on his way out. This goes to 7. We need the 2016 Cavs Warriors type of ending, not a massacre like Mavs Suns. I don't trust Adam Silver not to make it a blowout. if it were to go to 7. It's like he's allergic to doing the right thing. So remember OKC first playoff game, they won by 50, scored 131, 131 equals championship. Hurts threw 131. His first playoff game last year, OKC in 6. I know Memphis fans would love to forget about that ass whooping. And that game when they got dropped by 50. Honestly, at that point, if a team is down by 50, there should be like either mercy rule that shit, or shit just legally have the right to turn the game from that to whatever else is on. Whatever was supposed to come on next, just have that automatically come on at that point. I know obviously TV contracts don't work like that way, but it would be nice if that was the case. Kind of like they do with the NFL sometimes. I guess more so like Red Zone. It's like, okay, this game looks like it's over. We gonna just not show that one. We gonna focus on this game that you really care about right here. 91-74, still within striking distance for Indy, but it's gonna have to come down in them last 12 minutes. Really, for them, like them last 3 minutes. That seems to be when all the shit just magically, quote unquote, falls Indy's way, in the Indy's basket. You know shit fucked up when your leading scorer for the Pacers is Siakam with 15. 15. Okay, that gotta be a foul or something. Look like he got hacked shooting that 3 in the corner. That Suns team that got blown out by the Mavs won 64 games that year. That's right. They were one of the favorites to win the finals that year as well. To imagine if Roger Goodell was the commissioner of the NBA, the amount of fire playoff games and finals. Seriously, man, like that's what hurts the NBA is they'll do some things right in the playoffs. They know how to make in the earlier rounds. They know how to make them entertaining and make them go down to the wire. Sometimes it's just ridiculous the lengths they go to do it, but they always drop the ball in the big moments. That's what really hurts them, is them game 7s. When they get to them game 7s, that's when it's just, oh, let's just do a blowout. Let's just do that from start to finish. Don't even make it watchable. By halftime, people had already just said, fuck it, I'm done. And in the finals, we know how lackluster they've been the past few years. Yeah, they need, or Adam Silver needs to take some notes from Roger Goodell. As for, all right, man, how you make these games interesting like this? How you do this shit every year? Even when it's 2 teams in the Super Bowl you don't want to see, somehow you make sure that most of the people are excited how it turned out. So that's something they definitely need to work on that shit. As far as the All-Star games go, any sport, they ain't really got that right. Even Roger Goodell can't get that shit right. That All-Star shit, they said, fuck it, we just going to flag football. After that, fuck it, we just going skills competitions. Indy covers 11.5. I think they do. Said Isaiah Joe needs his ring. But yeah, the NBA is they just make the worst decisions every single time. The in-season tournament, NFL don't try no stupid shit like that. They're not like, hey, you know what's a good idea? Let's add some extra games that don't really mean shit in the middle of the season and add along with the play. It just don't make sense. It's stupid. They don't even do that shit in college football. Let's put a mid-season tournament. Like, no, you can do that in college basketball, sure. But that's really to compensate for the fact that most of them games is going on during Christmas break, Thanksgiving break. So basically, it's just like filler. It's filler content. NBA don't need that shit. How you gonna have a tournament that goes off of some whole other criteria, but it's also regular season games that are counted to your record? It doesn't make sense. What's up, Daniel? What's good with you? Hell no. Hell no, bro. Eagles, Steelers, fuck no, that's not happening. Aaron Rodgers done winning rings. At this point, he just going outside. That's it. He might have a better year than he did last year, but I ain't saying shit. I saw a comment. Someone said he wearing number 8 for the number of wins they getting this year. That sounds about right. Philly, Super Bowl hangover, what do you want to call it? Saquon Barkley on the cover of Madden. We know how about the Madden curse. I wouldn't be holding my breath on that one. Goodell would definitely push his final series to a game 7 and would make that game 7 go into overtime. He'd make that shit go into double overtime. If we talking about Roger Goodell, he'd have a team would be up by 25 points going into the fourth quarter. They would blow that lead. Team would tie. The team that trailed by 25 would tie. Force overtime. Probably lead for overtime. Do something stupid. So the team that was up 25 early in the game looks like, oh, they got it now. Only to tie because some dude missed the free throw that he should have made to send it to end the game. And then they go into that double overtime where the team that was down 25 will win the game. That's how the hell not Adam Silver, but Roger Goodell would do it. Adam Silver, he like, nah, man, just let him get blown out quick. Who cares? Say Celtics would go 64-18 and beat the Mavs in Game 5 of the Finals, but the Suns go 64-18 and get destroyed. I mean, I get what you're saying, but they weren't necessarily the same team. They weren't the same Mavericks team. I think the one that played the Suns, they didn't have a homeboy from Washington. They didn't have like Gafford and all them. But Dallas in good hands though. They in good hands. No, they was giving Nico all that shit with the trade and like, what are you doing? All these bad decisions. Hey, they in good position now. Really, they got to find a head coach though. Goodell would have a FIFA World Cup shootout go 33 rounds, bro. I couldn't do it. I don't even like shootouts as it is in soccer, to be honest with you. I can't stand them. I feel like they take too long for what it is. But yeah, that is some shit Goodell would do. No, he like the blown leads. That's his thing. Goodell like the blown leads thing. That is like his bread and butter. Especially if you see an NFL regular season game, his bread and butter is that blown lead shit. You could be up double digits in the fourth. Next thing you know, your quarterback throw a pick. Next possession, he fumbled. Next possession after that, the punt got blocked. Now the team that was losing in field goal position to tie the game and send them to OT or take the lead. Say if Goodell had the NBA, we would have been had a Lakers and Celtics. One thing that Goodell is really bad about, besides like he can make some fire, he can book some shit good, is he gets real clingy with like certain quarterbacks, and I feel like he would do the same thing in the NBA as far as like picking, like we had Tom Brady go to all these Super Bowls and we tired of him. Pat Mahomes going to all these Super Bowls and we tired of him. I feel like he would cling to somebody in the NBA, like one or two, and do the same shit. I don't think it would be LeBron James. If I had to pick somebody that I would assume like Goodell would like to, I guess, push, it'd really be someone like Halliburton, like one of the mixed light-skinned type of dudes, or like a Jason Tatum, someone like that. And then we'd see them in the finals. 5-6 times over. We'll be like, man, we tired of seeing this nigga in the finals. To the 33-point Minnesota comeback after halftime. $98.76, $9.52. It's like Indy wanted to step up their defense now. It's like they changed in defensive sliders. OKC missing all these easy shots they should have been making. They had like 3-4 chances. $22 points. I think if they do come back, Halliburton hit a shot. If they do come back, it's gonna have to be that 3-ball. It's gonna have to be that the magnet gods, as I like to call them, gonna have to step in big time. They gonna have to reach out to Neesmith again and be like, hey, remember that one time you hit like 6 threes in the fourth quarter and no one really wanted to believe it happened? Yeah, well, we gonna make it happen this time. We have to do it again. Which to this day, I don't think I've ever seen anybody do what Neesmith did in that game as far as making 6 straight threes. That's insane. I'm not gonna say we never gonna see that again, but that is one of the most desperate things I've ever seen them do as far as fixing a game, is having a nigga make 6 threes in a row. That is worse than, or really more desperate than J.R. Smith not even shooting the ball, because at the end of the day, it's J.R. Smith. But 6 threes in a row is crazy by one person. If it was a team, I'd be like, all right, they can make it a little bit believable. But one dude, 6'3", come on, bro. Is it impossible to do in a regular pickup game? No. But 6 threes that late in the game, come on. And they gonna need every bit of it at this point. Especially down 20, Halliburton only got 9 points. He had a couple good floaters and shit earlier in the second half, but he gonna have to hit something from deep for it to really put a dent in the lead. And the way that OKC been playing physical defense, they getting away with things. It ain't looking too hot. Bad brick by SGA. NBA scriptwriters are hit and miss. Goodell's is better than Adam Silver. Yeah. I really like the Triple H. Like, it's just, no, really, actually, Triple H is slightly better, and that's not saying much at all. It's really a lot of below average, I guess, entertainment value, for lack of a better term. Triple H knows how to hit big moments. He knows how to hit big moments like he did last night at Money in the Bank. Adam Silver, on the other hand, as far as big moments, I feel like he tried to force it a little too much, but it's all around his bad ideas. Like, he tried to make moments out of the in-season tournament. Bad idea. No one cared about it. Tried to make moments out of the All-Star game. Again, no one cares about it. That's his biggest thing. Did I hear that if Madden 26 is terrible, NFL is willing to open the NFL license to have other companies make NFL games again? They should have been did that. Fuck, we talking about them if Madden 26 is terrible. Fuck all that shit. We know the shit gonna be terrible. It's the same game it's been for the last 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. They just need to drop it now. Because I know NFL 2K was supposed to have a game coming out. I don't know what happened with that. But they did have some type of rights. It wasn't supposed to be a sim, even though Madden ain't even really a sim. It was supposed to be like an arcade game. But yeah, Madden 26 gonna suck, so ain't no need to worry about that shit. And there's plenty of mods out there where people have updated rosters and jerseys and stadiums and all that shit out now for free. So There are options already. The peep that Tyler was at the previous white part. Tyler who? Or Tyrese? Maybe. Are you trying to say Tyrese and not Tyler? Say Saquon fake injury alert. So they only making the players slip in the rain. Yeah, I saw that, and that's not even new. Players slipping in the rain was a thing back on the 360. And hell, actually some PS2 games, college football and Madden, they had that player slippage as a thing. I remember it was like Madden 08, if I remember correctly, on PS2 even has that thing where it's like, say you get a kickoff. You about to return a kickoff and it's raining, you run, you try to change direction and stuff, player gonna slip and fall. That's nothing new. They've been doing the same shit they do every year. They take away some shit from the golden age games, and then they added something new 20 years later, like we just gonna forget. At least the kids who play it now, they ain't gonna be old enough to remember them old games, so it's new to them. See, Tyrese was at the white party. Okay. I think I want to say it was with him and wasn't it like a Joe Burrow, him, and Donovan Mitchell. But I totally forgot about that. That's right. I forgot he was at the white parties. Because you really don't see Tyrese Halliburton a whole lot of places, like outside of wrestling, really. I haven't seen him in commercials like that. You don't really see him on like the player promos when they do things, when it's just like the whole NBA and stuff. You don't really see Tyrese Halliburton. You'll see your KDs, Ant Edwards, LeBron, Luka, Tatum. You don't see Tyrese Halliburton. SGA, you'll see him, Joker, Embiid, and he don't even really play a whole season. Curry. But yeah, Tyrese, the one you really don't see. To the moment you seen that big edition of 26 putting back the mascots, he was done. I forgot Madden had mascots. That's how long it's been. I forgot they had mascots. Actually, wait a minute. Didn't they have mascots on the next gen? Or I guess current gen now. I want to say during the intros they would show a mascot. Because I want to say it was like the 360 era. One of them did have mascots. They weren't really focused on with the cameras and shit, but I remember in the background when you see somebody next to the goalpost, you would see like a mascot standing around like they do in college football. I want to say Madden has done that before. Yeah, he do. Adam Silver don't give a damn about none of that. Is this dude foreign? Is a star player? Is he from another country? Okay, bet. Yeah, give him a ring. He from another country. Just give him a ring. We're going to expand our reach. Yeah, he would push Tatum. I'd say if it was Goodell, we would see Tyrese Halliburton and Jason Tatum going at it all the time in the Eastern Conference Finals. And the Pacers and Celtics, that's like a rivalry in a sense as it is. So that would be, I guess, beneficial. So even if another NFL 2K returns, it won't be nothing like NFL 2K5. No, it won't. They corrupt the game up. They mess it up with a lot of DLCs and microtransactions. I agree. But it would definitely be better than Madden. We can all agree. Even if it's the current 2K, it would be better than Madden. It wouldn't even be close. That's the whole reason Madden had to buy up the shit in the first place, because NFL 2K was $20. And a much better game, much more in depth, much more attention to detail from franchise, the game planning, presentation, all of that stuff. All Madden had was the hit stick in 2005. And Playmaker, that's right. Damn. I don't remember Create Your Own Mascot. I remember Create Your Own Fan. but I know it was in the game. .22 game, still 107-85. OKC, 6:50 left in the game. But yeah, Madden 07 had mascots. I wouldn't be surprised if they thought they was being cute and they put in like mascot mode like they do in the college football games on Madden, like as a DLC though. They not gonna have it like as a free mode you can play. Like, yeah, you get to play with the Atlanta Falcons mascot. I don't know his name. I'm calling Falcony for now. Falcony, you get to play with a bunch of them against the Saints. Ain't got no mascot, do they? Nah, they don't. Against, I don't know, Edgar Allan and Poe, the Ravens mascots, or some stupid shit like that. .21 game. The last good man was 12, especially the franchise. 13 destroyed franchise and focus on Ultimate Team. 13 had some pros to it, but that was definitely the one. That was the one where it was like you could really see the fall off. Actually, I get Madden 25 was good too. I enjoyed Madden 25 on the 360, not the next gen version or the Xbox One version. I didn't care about that. But yeah, Madden 25 I enjoyed. 12 was solid. 13, they tried to copy the CBS broadcasting with the music, Jim Nance, Phil Simms. That was cool. I like that. But yeah, and the motion blur, but that was the one you could see the wheels were starting to fall off a little bit. But yeah, Madden 12, I remember getting that for my birthday. Like on accident. I asked my mom to get me college football 12 at the time. Mark Ingram, not Mark Henry. Mark Ingram on the cover of it. Obviously, confusion there. She gave me Madden. I wasn't mad at all. I was like, shit, I'm off today. I don't have school today. Play this Madden game. That shit was fun as hell, and especially because they did the team entrances and they made a big deal about it. They went all out. I enjoyed it. They actually made a cutscene where they had everything. It wasn't just like how they do with Madden now. It's we're gonna show a little bit of it, then cut to the players standing behind the Madden 25 logo or some stupid shit. They really gave it like the cutscene time, like all the old college football games used to do. Actually, current ones do it too now. But now it's like you're not tricking me. They throwing all this extra shit in the game you think we care about. Like, oh, you can do the little hat thing, you can fake your team out and all this shit. Like, we just want to play the game, bro. Like, we don't care about all that extra shit. Telling us the more that a team is being used in college football, that the school gets more money. So the more users play with, say, Alabama, or users play with, say, Army, they get a certain amount of money. It's like, why do I care? So if I play the game, the school benefits in getting paid more money, and I don't get a cent of that. So why should I care? That makes me want to use all of the shitty schools at that point. Timlin created his own AI. Of course, someone's beats was taken by Timlin on his live streams, which, I mean, he get that shit taken down immediately, them beats. Unless he took somebody. Are you saying Timlin took somebody else's beats? But I heard he made his own AI. Your mom mistakenly got you NBA Street Volume 2 instead of NFL Street 2. Hey, that's not a bad mix up. I done had that happen a couple times throughout my life, really more so when I was younger. If I asked about a certain game for, say, an aunt or my mom to get me for, I don't know, Christmas or whatever, if it was like the wrong game, it still ended up being the game that I wanted anyway. So it was never like a big deal. Hell, I actually remember one year I ended up getting, I think I got Madden 05 for my birthday, but NFL 2K5 for Christmas. And it was more so my aunt just guessed at a game, and it ended up being that game. And from that day when I played that 2K5 game, I didn't even touch Madden 05. Yeah, with 420 left and they still down by 20, they need it. They need every magnet they can get. Oh yeah. He hitting all this shit. He over hitting fadeaways and shit. Yeah, and they turn the sliders up. He says his own Timberland got his own music label AI. You remember playing the old Madden, like Madden 11, and when you won the Super Bowl, it felt like you actually won the Super Bowl. The presentation was fire. Yeah, they showed the players coming off the bus. They had the suits on. I remember that. They had them warming up on the field. I guess they do some of that now, but it's still like they just speed past it. I don't even think you get to do coin toss anymore. Because it like auto selects. You can like change the setting and stuff too. But they don't even really do the coin toss like that anymore. Is so bare bones. So they end up joining NBA Street. Yeah, they'll never understand NBA Street, NFL Street. They won't understand none of that shit. Then again, 2K took over the street market anyway. Since you can play at the park, it ain't necessarily street ball, but you on the blacktop. And I wouldn't even say that was necessarily intentional, but they ended up messing up the street game by doing it. And they didn't even really think about making it feel like street basketball. It still feel like 2K basketball, but on a blacktop. Like them street games, it was a different feel to them. Those different handles and shit they would pull out. They were pulling out all the AN1 mixtape shit. I think the only one I didn't play was like FIFA Street. I've always seen commercials for it. I never played it. It looked like it was cool. I don't know. I like regular FIFA though, if I'm playing one. Someone mentioned though about 2K, if 2K made an official NFL game now, be a lot of DLCs and stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if they put in there. I think 2K to put in like a casino, which is crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if they put in some type of sports betting. I don't know, like over under in the game. I would not be surprised if they slipped it in there as, I don't know, it's like points you can get or credits or part of like online. Like you unlock certain things if you score, I don't know how many touchdowns in the game or have so many passing yards in the game, rushing yards, that you unlock certain shit. Street 3 was okay, except you wanted to shoot mid-range, you dunked. Home court was the end. Street 3 was fun though. The generation wouldn't understand that there was a point where you can buy a game and didn't have to buy DLCs, microtransactions, which basically the same thing, and have the game updated every week. Yeah, these kids now they got really what's the word I'm looking for here? I guess hypnotized by the eye candy now, because the games visually look better and the cutscenes look like actual movies and shit compared to the games we played. Even though some of them games back then, the cutscenes, they had some solid cutscenes, things like that. Obviously the graphics weren't what they were now, but yeah, they don't know about that. They don't know about cheat codes. Remember, you can unlock shit and actually just by putting in a cheat code. They don't do that no more, because now you gotta buy a DLC. So they put the meter in Madden 2K. Which one? Like the kicking meter, or like the arena noise meter? Almost like they have a hint that it's meter detects if it's green. Oh, the throwing thing. I know what you're talking about now. Your shot will go in Madden arrow meter to kick the ball with magnets attached. I mean, if we talking about the one in Madden, like just to kick a ball, I mean, that's been there since the PS2. The only and actually about that, it don't matter if you hit that shit green sometimes in Madden, especially if you set it to sim for a punt or a field goal. Even if you set it to green, there'll be times, especially in like crucial situations, like in the fourth quarter, where the kicker will take a little bit longer to kick the field goal, and it gives one of the D linemen time to run around and block your field goal, even if you had a green. Same with a punt. The punter will hold the ball a little bit too long and block it. Yeah, most of it's about profit because they know people ain't gonna push back on it. Most people won't push back on the people gonna buy it anyway. Same people gonna buy the new Madden, even though they know it's gonna be dog shit. People gonna buy a new 2K, even though they know it's gonna be trash. There's plenty of creators who done put out videos about how bad the games are. The upcoming games would be Madden, college football, 2K. College football a little different because people been starved of it for so long, so they are more willing to buy that one. But Madden and 2K, yeah, should have been gave that shit up. They used to have cheat code books. Hell yeah, I had one when I was a kid. I had a couple actually. They used to have websites where you can look up cheats and shit. Tell you how to unlock things, tell you how to beat every level. But I mean, now they got playthroughs, so you can just watch somebody if you stuck somewhere. So all the codes is in the game, just like the DLC they charge you extra for. It's already in there. Not really. Nah. Not really. A lot of the DLC shit is extra downloaded stuff. And sometimes the game might not have a say they drop a DLC months later. Then it wasn't in the game prior to, and then they might add and change some shit in the game with the DLC or with one of the updates. And you can usually see like a publish date too, and they have like all the information on the DLC. Like San Andreas cheat codes used to be hella fun to mess with. Super punch the shit out of a dude, send him into a wall. Driving on water with the car, the wheels, they go from this, they do this. It was like unlimited stamina. You can never get tired. You can run across the whole map, straight up sprint like an Ethiopian. Game Shark, I remember that. 17-point game, 234. Okay, see, being smart, killing some clock. No need to take no dumbass jump shots. Story career-wise, it would be cool if Insomniac, makers of Spider-Man and Ratchet & Clank, made an NFL or NBA game. Story-wise, yeah. I feel like the NFL game is cheesy. 2K, it got bad when they had the little Asian chick who's like your best friend. With the story, I was like, yeah, I ain't feeling this. I missed the old version when it was very simple. I guess you could say really you go back to like college. I think high school is a little extra. You ain't need all that. But college, play a couple games, go to league, do your interviews, who you go with, you do your interviews, raise the team, morale, chemistry, and all that shit. You say the wrong thing, lowers it. I like how it was simple, but it gave you enough to feel like you was an NBA player. The Madden one, that shit just trash. They should have just kept it what it was on the PS2 era. Even if it didn't have all the cutscenes, that game had some shit like your parents dictated like what position you were, how good you were, like what their job was. When you think about it, it was much deeper than what it was, I guess, at the face value when they was doing the whole parent thing. Like they were trying to tell you something without telling you something. They knew most people weren't gonna get it. I think you actually had to do the Wonderlic in the game back then. I really had to pull out a calculator and do some of them damn math problems and shit. It was like really treating you like an NFL player. I remember stadiums would get empty too. If you was getting the shit beat out of you when you was at home, the stadium will slowly empty out like a real game. Same shit they do on NCAA 06. I don't think Madden does that now. I know 2K, they'll do it. It's like in the last couple minutes. Like it'll go from full and you look, they'll like cut to a player on the say the sideline about to inbound. They look and then it goes to the actual what am I trying to say? 2K camera angle, and you'll see empty seats all of a sudden. But they at least try. Damn, they got James Johnson in the game. This shit is over with. They done waved the white flag for sure. $15-point game. Unless OKC does something stupid. It don't look like Indy gonna cover. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a night on that one, man. This game is over. Series tie 1-1. I expect game 3 to be for Indy. Then we'll see how it goes. Well, I think is the last great 2K. You saying 15? It was easy to shoot. I enjoyed 16. I think that was the last good one. The first one I got whenever I started playing it, I guess myself, was 17, and that was like the worst year because it had that thing. I remember it had like a loading error thing when the ball would load at the beginning, and sometimes you lose your my player, and then you have to like recover it and shit. Or the game would just flat out freeze, and you had to restart it multiple times just to get it to work. Or create a team on the mat. Hell yeah, you create stadiums. You could have a baseball field on the stadium, all type of shit. You could change the press box. You could paint the stadium walls. Construct how you want the stadium, the type of lights, the roof, retractable roof, this, that, and the third. Even on the college football games back in the day too. Not to that detail with the roof, but you could at least make a dome as an option if you wanted to. The pace is about 15 at home. Shit really pays about 30. Is that not on Friday the 13th? Pace is about 13. They like to troll like that. But yeah, this game over. If I'm finna slide up out of here. Been good talking to y'all, man. We're gonna be back later in the week, so stay tuned for that. And at some point, we gotta talk about some more WWE content because we had Fatu turning face. Seth Rollins won the Money in the Bank, which sucks because LA Knight got screwed, and R-Truth came back. But we gonna get into that later. So we out.